Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. We are back and we have another announcement, another brand new thing that's happening.
Another new thing.
Yes. We're here and we're excited to introduce you to someone who's partnering with us in a brand new way. But first, if you don't know who we are, I'm Sabine. I'm one of the co-founders of Hidden Compass.
And I'm Savani, the other co-founder of Hidden Compass. And with us today is Lauren Eckert. Lauren, thank you for joining us today. Lauren is a conservation scientist, an adventure enthusiast, and a Ph.D. candidate at the University of Victoria.
She's also a National Geographic Explorer and a peanut butter aficionada, as well as the host of the Witch podcast. And she's now joining us as our first Hidden Compass brand ambassador. So welcome, Lauren.
Thank you guys both so much. My dogs are caught up in the excitement too. You see a tail wagging directly behind me. It's so wonderful. I'm so excited to chat with you today, to be part of the team. I'm coming to you live from Canvas Wall Tent, as viewers might be able to see, from the Tla'amin Nation territory here in Powell River in British Columbia.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. And it feels very Hidden Compass for you to be coming to from a canvas wall tent.
Life right now and working right through it, but it's pretty wonderful.
It's great. Well, tell us a little bit, we want people to get to know who you are because they're going to be seeing a bit of you going forward. So tell us about you and your work and what excites you about your work.
Fantastic question. Everything excites me about my work. I am a keen and enthusiastic individual and lucky to be really passionate about what I do. Like you mentioned, I'm a conservation scientist and a PhD student, and my thesis centers around understanding conservation conflict and seeking solutions to it, which means inherently in my research, I am obsessive about getting to the root of things. In my past work, I've been lucky enough to work at the interface of Indigenous knowledge and ecology. And during that time, during all the lessons learned, this interest in understanding the root of things when it comes to intractable conservation problems took hold. And so in my PhD, I study environmental policy. I'm here in Powell River studying relationships between people and black bears and the conflicts that spark between humans and wildlife. And I also study conflicts between people over shared resources that are increasingly at risk in a world ever in change right now as we face things like climate crisis and resource scarcity. And while thinking about conservation all the time in the state of the world can be challenging, what excites me the most about my work is twofold. It's one, the increasing recognition that Savani and Sabine, you share with me, which is that there are so many things yet to be discovered, uncovered at these interfaces, at these deep roots of social conversations, relationships, etc. And that's a really exciting place to be, even in trying times. And what gets me really excited about my work is not only the beautiful places I get to work, but the awesome people that take up these spaces in the conservation community and beyond. I'm so inspired by folks doing the work, writing the journal articles, writing the stories. It's a really wonderful community to be part of.
There's so much excitement there, and we talk at Hidden Compass a lot about celebrating nerdiness, and there's a lot of nerdiness in this, which is great.
Definitely.
And a lot of motivation in your work, and I'm also curious about what motivates you, and maybe there's some overlap here, as a person.
I think there's a lot of overlap here. My work has always felt like an extension of myself as a person. I feel really privileged that I get to pursue, in a PhD, you get to ask the questions you are most motivated to answer.
Right.
So I think that in my work and as a human, I'm really motivated by an intense curiosity about the world, the natural world, people, why we do what we do. In the conservation space, I'm increasingly oriented towards understanding people, communities better, because ultimately we are shaping our world in really profound ways. And if we want to build a better world, we have to understand ourselves and each other. So curiosity certainly drives me and my life. I love adventure. I've been lucky to have access to sort of the backcountry and mountainous terrain my whole life. and starting from a young age, really loved exploring my own backyard, but also the, agricultural fields, the mountains, the creeks, the rivers that Northern California provided at the time, and then later Iowa. I've got to grow up sort of traversing back and forth across the US, and that exposed me to a lot of cool, vibrant ecosystems and people. So yeah, probably a lot of things motivate me as a person, but certainly curiosity, certainly a love of nature and the outdoors. And then the last thing that I find increasingly motivating, I think, especially after the last year, is a really profound sense of responsibility to help build a more just world, especially as a white person, as a settler, a non-Indigenous person here in Canada. I am increasingly driven by this sense of great responsibility that if we want conservation, if we want to protect the natural world, we can only do so hand in hand with improving social justice. And of course, that is deserved improvement on its own right beyond the conservation conversation. So, yeah.
Wonderful. So that's what motivates you as a person. We were really excited when we first met you. I think right off the bat, we were excited about the possibility of collaborating and the possibility of a partnership with you. And so what are you excited about with this partnership?
I'm glad you asked. The excitement is so mutual. I've talked to you at length, and will share with the viewers now that I think what Hidden Compass is doing, what you're both doing, is so fundamentally important to so many conversations. We live in this world where nuance can often be lacking, and we need nuance and thoughtful, deep storytelling now more than ever. Like, we need voices that get into the thick of things in really, really profound and thoughtful ways. And Hidden Compass creates such an incredible space for that storytelling, for that slow storytelling, that exploration that redefines itself outside of problematic constructs. And so I'm really excited about the work that you guys are doing, and excited to watch you grow, excited for the speaker series, excited to continue to read the work of really, really, really cool individuals who are also excited about what you're doing. So my dog is bumping the table. This is my life.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm just so excited about this. We need to build a new type of storytelling in this world if we want to conserve it and understand each other better, and create like peacemaking institutions. And I think Hidden Compass is doing that, is creating a really important way to tell stories in a better way, in a more just and thoughtful and inclusive way. So I'm really excited for this journey and for you guys, and to see what comes of all the important work you're doing.
We are too, and we're thrilled to be able to introduce you to our audience. We have been talking at length behind the scenes, so it's really exciting to come out from behind the curtain and say, here's the partnership, and this is a very brief video. We can talk to you for ages and hours, and we have.
And we will.
Be happy.
And that's the good news, is that people will be seeing more of you. So can you talk a little bit about what the Hidden Compass audience can expect to see from this partnership?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny too. I was just thinking as you were saying that I'm also excited to introduce you to my audience, like in particular on the Witch podcast. We'll have many hours to talk about how you got to where you are and what your transformative plans are for storytelling and journalism and all of the things. So I'm really excited. A lot of stuff is still in early development as we have these long conversations that are always joyful and wonderful and exciting. I'm really excited to work with you guys to build a YouTube series. And while we're still piecing together what that might look like, one thing I'm really hoping we can have a conversation about is the redefining of things like exploration. This idea that there's so much yet to discover, and it takes this open curiosity. It requires this sort of constant happy nerdiness when delving into topics, to conversations, to relationships that are on the bleeding edge of building, transforming towards a better world. So I'm really excited for a YouTube series that will, highlight folks who are writing with you guys, potentially highlight coming speakers, highlight you and your work more, contributors more, and then also have some of these really, I think, critically important conversations that, I'm having with friends and explorers anyway, that there is such a hunger for. So I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to share profiles of the work that's going on with Hidden Compass on my own social media channels and eventually on Hidden Compass social media channels. So yeah, there's a lot in the works that oh my gosh, I'm over the moon stoked for.
We are too. We really are. And we are so thrilled to have you on the team and so excited for what this is going to look like as we go forward. And I think our audience is going to look forward to hearing more from you.
Amazing. I can't wait. And I can't wait to get to know your audience better too. Anyone who's interested in the types of stories I've been reading, I know I'm going to click with. Yeah, my dogs are really, really thrilled. They're super excited.
I mean, we should meet.
Come here.
There we go.
They're too excited. They can't be told to stand still. Huh. Every talk we have. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them, which is a lot of it. And every talk we have, they're sure I'm talking to them. And how dare I not be petting them while we're chatting?
Exactly.
We'll see. I mean, you all got to meet Lauren and you got to meet Lauren's dog. I got more than you could bargain for.
Exactly.
Way too many people have unintentionally got to meet my dogs in professional settings. So
I think this bodes really well for what's to come. And we're excited to keep working with you, and everyone who's watching now, you'll see more of Lauren and always more of us.
Yes.
And until then, we wish you all well.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. And thank you, Lauren, for introducing yourself.
Yes.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Savani and Sabine. Can't wait for more.